From her dominant victory over Holly Holm setting the tone to showing she knows the ropes with her predictions for Chitara versus Juliana Pena. This is why Mayra Bueno Silva needs a title shot. The bantamweight bout at UFC Vegas 77 had major implications written all over it. Former champ Holly Holm took on the rising force Mayra Bueno Silva, and it was an all-out war in the octagon. Bueno Silva earned her ticket to the UFC with a stellar win on Dana White's Contender Series. Initially, she started at 125 pounds, but after some mixed results, she made the move to bantamweight, and oh boy, that move paid off. In 2022, she went on a rampage, bagging 3 wins, including 2 impressive finishes at 135 pounds. This insane run had people raving about Silva and landed her a shot against Miesha Tate, but things didn't go as planned, and Tate had to bow out due to an injury. No worries though, because the UFC threw another former champ her way, Holly Holm. The first round saw Holm with more hits in her bag, but Bueno Silva packed a punch with some powerful shots. Although the big shots were few and far between, this gave the edge to Holm for that round. But then, in the second round, Mayra unleashed a monstrous right hand, forcing Holm to initiate a clinch. And here's where the magic happened. Chitara locked in a wicked modified guillotine, and there was no escape for Holm. She tried her best, but eventually had to tap out, handing Mayra the biggest victory of her UFC career, and possibly the biggest single setback of Holm's. See, Holly had her eyes on that title shot. With Nunes out of the picture, this was her chance to shine and make a late career run for the gold. But you know what they say about best laid plans. Holm had a tough time executing her game plan against Silva. She tried to work her magic with knees and punches to the body, but Silva just shrugged it off like a boss. When Mayra got her space, she turned into a powerhouse striker, landing heavy hits on Holm like it was nothing. And can we talk about Silva's recent track record? The girl's on fire. 3 consecutive finishes, tying the impressive Raquel Pennington for the longest active win streak at 4 victories in a row. Oh, and did I mention she's got the same number of submission wins as the legendary Ronda Rousey in bantamweight history? With the bantamweight title still up for grabs, Silva has definitely earned her spot as a top contender. Alongside Juliana Pena and Raquel Pennington, she's got a solid shot at seizing the opportunity and making her mark in UFC history. The question is, who will rise to the occasion? I don't know about that, but I do know who the most interesting candidate is. It's obviously Silva. She's a fresh face among the bantamweight elite, and it's about time we see some new blood shaking things up. You know, we've been seeing the same 5 or 6 fighters battling it out for those top spots. It's like an eternal deja vu. But this Brazilian dynamo brings a new spark to the division, and boy does she deserve this opportunity. Speaking of deserving, let's not underestimate Holm's pedigree. She's been a top-tier bantamweight for ages and is a tough nut to crack. Seriously, she's been a near impossible force to finish. The last time she got stopped was back in 2019, courtesy of Nunes, and submitting her, a feat accomplished only once before in her 2016 title clash with Tate. But Bueno Silva was up for the challenge and delivered a real statement with that tap-out victory. And what does that tell you about Silva? And you can bet Chitara's making her intentions crystal clear after that impressive victory. Who wouldn't want a title shot after such an insane winning streak and tapping out a former champ? The girl's got the skills, and she's definitely earned her spot in the top rankings. Now the title picture is heating up, and it looks like Pena and Pennington are the front runners in the clubhouse for the vacant UFC belt. Pena's got that history with Nunes, and Pennington's been on a rampage with 5 straight wins. Both solid contenders for sure. While I'd say Pena's pretty much a lock for a title shot, Bueno Silva's performance has thrown a curveball at those matchmakers. I mean, it's hard to ignore her prowess and ambition, and she wasted no time calling out Pena after the fight. Smart move. Now, Pena took to Twitter after the main event to put down Silva, saying that she'd beat her and Raquel in the same night. Oof, bold claim I must say. But wait, Silva's not backing down either. During the press conference, she had some pretty interesting words for Pena. She said, "I love you, Juliana, but I will smash you. You and Raquel at the same time? Look at my fights. Look at her fights. Oh, Juliana, shut up. This is already shaping up to be a great fight. We've got Mayra Bueno Silva and Juliana Pena stepping into the octagon, and it's like an insane clash of styles. You see, on one hand, we've got Silva, who's all about that striking game, using punches, kicks, and knees to unleash a world of hurt on her opponents. And believe me, her opponents never know what hits them. Just ask Holly Holm. Then on the flip side, we've got Pena, the grappling sensation. She's a ground and pound wizard, taking her opponents down and showing them who's boss on the mat. I'm telling you, every time she steps into that cage, Pena puts on a wrestling clinic. You see, Silva's got that special submission touch, like a grappling magician, and she's not afraid to capitalize on her opponent's weakness weaknesses and secure those tap-outs like a pro. Now, let's talk well-roundedness. Silva's got striking and submissions in her arsenal, making her a versatile force to be reckoned with. But don't underestimate Pena either. She's a jack of all trades, proficient in both striking and grappling. When it's go time, Silva's all about keeping her opponents at bay with her striking skills. She's got that sniper precision and knows how to land significant strikes. And when the opportunity arises, she'll take the fight to the ground and unleash her submission skills like a stealthy ninja. As for Pena, she's a grappling bulldozer. She charges in, takes her opponents down to the mat, and goes to town with that ground and pound action. It's like watching a human hurricane. In a potential face-off between Silva and Pena, the clash of their fighting styles promises an electrifying showdown. Silva's striking prowess and submission game pose a serious threat to Pena's grappling-based approach. But Pena's well-rounded skill set and experience could prove to be a big challenge for Silva. As a fan, I can't help but analyze how this epic matchup might play out. Silva's strength lies in her striking skills. As I said earlier, she's a force to be reckoned with, utilizing precise punches, well-timed kicks, and devastating knee strikes to keep her opponents at bay. Plus, her proficiency in submissions, like the ninja choke, showcases her expertise in grappling and her ability to capitalize on her adversary's weaknesses on the ground. On the other hand, Pena's reputation as a dominant grappler is well-deserved as well. Her ground and pound game and exceptional takedown ability make her a force on the mat. With a solid wrestling background, she excels in taking her opponents down and controlling them on the ground, wearing them down with relentless pressure. Silva's strategy would likely revolve around maintaining distance and landing significant strikes. She'd be on the lookout for opportunities to take the fight to the ground, where she can utilize her submission skills to secure a decisive victory. Pena, on the other hand, would seek to close the distance and take Silva down to the mat, where she can capitalize on her grappling prowess and assert control. Analyzing their past performances, it's clear that Silva has been having a more impressive run. She's on an impressive 5-fight win streak since her flyweight loss to Manofio in 2021. Notably, she's defeated notable names such as Lena Landsberg, Stephanie Egger, and Gillian Robertson during her UFC tenure. It speaks volumes about her tenacity and growth as a fighter. As for Pena, her recent loss to Nunes at UFC 277 was a setback, but it shouldn't be overlooked that she'd previously won the bantamweight belt at UFC 26 by defeating Nunes, a victory that's seen as one of the greatest upsets in UFC history. Now, considering their fighting styles and records, it could be argued that Silva holds the upper hand in a potential matchup. Her striking and submission abilities could be a significant challenge for Pena, who has shown vulnerability to submissions in the past. Plus, Silva's recent submission victory over Holm further solidifies her credentials. Still, Pena's experience and well-rounded skill set can't be underestimated. She's faced tougher opponents and has honed her grappling skills against some of the best in the division. If Pena can successfully implement her game plan and avoid Silva's submission traps, she could be a real threat to Chitara. But hey, you never really know what's gonna happen until that bell rings. So, from showing she knows the ropes with her predictions for Chitara versus Juliana Pena, to Mayra's dominant victory over Holly Holm setting the tone, this was why Bueno Silva needs a title shot.